Welcome back to Road to Fire. We're a family of three documenting our journey to FIRE, financial independence, retire early. So let's talk about our individual stock picks. Like always, I'll provide all our real numbers through the 8th of the month and outline our investment strategy for this account. So please hang with me. Spoiler, I'm not a good stock picker. As a diehard index fund investor, I know that this is not my strength nor the best strategy for long-term growth. Yet I still send money over to this account monthly. I am still very conservative on my approach as I don't day trade nor do I sell before 1 year, so not too risky overall. But if you've read any financial book lately, you will know that most authors or financial gurus advise you not to stock pick. In fact, one of the latest quotes I read from the book Simple Path to Wealth is that index funds almost always outperform fund managers who individually pick stocks based on their data assumptions. Now, there are a few people who have outsmarted the market like Warren Buffett, but for the most of us, we won't fare out so well. But despite knowing all of this, I still wanted to try my hand at stock picking. I don't know 100% why, but I hate when people call these accounts fun or play money as it's still money, but you get what I mean overall. This is money where I'm kind of experimenting in. So here's our current investment accounts as of December. I will link the video here if you want to hear all the details. I would have updated this view, but most of my money is in the mail or transition as I'm moving our 401ks and our HSA account into new accounts with Vanguard and Health Equity. So I hope to have a stock portfolio update later this month. So as you can see, 18% of our investments are in our taxable brokerage account. Right now that balance is at about $42,000, but our goal is to get it to $100,000 by the end of the year. But of the 18% in our brokerage account, 10% is in our Robinhood account, which I will share in a second. So we don't have a lot of individual stock picks in our overall portfolio. It's really less than 4% of our entire portfolio if you did the math. So despite this being risky, it's not a large part of our investment strategy for the long run. We still have most of our money in the classic VTSAX stock in Vanguard. So we had a slight change of one platform where we invest our money in. Right now we have our investments in 4 different platforms with Vanguard being our key account. Whenever we leave a company, I transfer all of our 401ks into our Vanguard accounts. It just makes it easier for me to manage long term. I do find that most employers or the employers that I usually have use Fidelity, so I always end up having both accounts, but I definitely prefer Vanguard. So the only change is where we're housing our HSA. Starting this year, we moved to Health Equity versus Optum. So Robinhood is where we put our individual stock picks, and if you want to get started in investing here, you can use my link below in the description box to get started with the free stock. So I'm not going to lie, I was an early adapter to Robinhood, but I think I was around account 100,000, but I didn't start investing until about a year after I opened the account because I was really nervous about investing in individual stocks. So we invest about $200 a month into this account. It really depends on our income, but this is the last account that we fund. We fund all of our other investing accounts, especially our tax advantage accounts first. Then if we have money left over, we will fund this account. Now my husband also has his own Robinhood account and I have no clue what he invests in or why. I know he's into energy and aerospace industry and that is probably what he's investing in because that's what he works in, but there is always some autonomy in marriage finances. So I won't say I'm in an investment group, but I do have a few friends who I love to share stock picks with. Nothing formal, just a WhatsApp group with some college friends where we bounce off ideas amongst each other. I don't invest or participate in investing pools with anyone as I've been burned doing that before, so I'll just keep it really simple. I will never say never, but as of right now, I'm not looking for any investing groups to join. So when investing, do your own research. Don't buy what I buy, don't sell what I sell. Please don't follow what I'm doing. But here are how I pick my stocks. First, get into the company's financial statements. There are tons of YouTube channels that can teach you how to read a financial statement and what to look out for, so start studying. Next, understand the company's product, consumer, customer, and innovation pipeline. And then I review their competitive strategy, their value proposition, or why this company is worth my time and hard-earned money. In general, stick to what you know, invest in what you know, and even invest in items that you use. I'm sure I'm missing other steps, but this is what I typically do when I pick stocks for this account. But to be 100% honest, I started this account to fund my travel addiction. I used all the gains I got to fund traveling around the world in the first 2 years. And as we all know, traveling has been put on hold for most of 2020 and probably a good chunk of 2021. What I really need to do is outline a strategy and goal for this account and work towards it. Disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor. I am not outlining stocks that you should buy. These are just stocks that I have chosen and this video is for entertainment purposes only. I absolutely love watching these types of videos from other financial YouTubers just to get a peek into their personal strategy and investment techniques, so I wanted to share. So take all of my comments here with a grain of salt. Legal disclaimer is done. Thanks. So let's get into it. Here is our current Robinhood account. This will include the only account where we have individual stock picks. Again, this account has less than 4% of our stock holdings, but this might grow in the future. Just to clarify, the graph here shows dollar shares as of January 8th, and this is a snapshot in time because the market is always changing. So I organize the stocks by total return to date. This includes all the stocks I have bought over the last year or so. Again, I don't buy and sell stocks often, so I always have them held for at least a year. So the first stock is Glue, a gaming company, and I hold 75 shares with a total return of over $205. I learned about this stock via a friend and has paid off pretty well. This company is known for launching a Kim Kardashian app or game recently. Then the next stock I have here is JetBlue. I bought this in the dip in February of last year. This is not a stock I usually invest in as the airline industry is just not for me, but I figured the US would bail out the airlines as a necessity for globalization. So far I've made about 80 bucks. Next up is NEO, the presumed next EV giant. Well, that was a recent buy for me. I have made about $73, but I checked again today and it's over $100 return. That's amazing as I invested about $175 in this company, but there's been a lot of hype around this stock, so we'll see how that goes through. Now the next few picks are my dividend stocks in a portfolio I started this year. So you have ExxonMobil, which has made me about $27 and I own just under 10 shares. Then I have Coke that has a $15 gain and I own about 8.2 shares. And then IBM, a local fan favorite here where I almost ended up working, has made about $12 and I own just over 3 shares. So hashtag to fractional shares in Robinhood. I consistently send money to these stocks to build my dividend portfolio over time, and I'm excited to see how those ones continue to grow. The next two stocks are referrals, so I don't have any idea what they do, but I got it via someone using my referral code, so thank you so much for using the link below. These two stocks have a total gain of about $8.50. Now, talking about the not so exciting group of stocks, or the stocks I'm losing money in, I have O, which is the Realty Income or a REIT, and I am down about $6 and I own only 3.2 shares. I then have T, which is a highly recommended stock by a few friends, and right now I'm down about $15, but I'm not concerned about AT&T. Next is HLX, which is Helix, an energy company that I invested in. I used to work in the energy industry and was really fascinated by this company, and I am down about $50 on this account and own about 12 shares. Back into the airline industry, I have United, which is still struggling, and that's expected as they had major layoffs recently and traveling has not really picked up as everyone thought it would. I am down $55 and I bought this back in February in the 2020 dip. And my biggest bogey so far goes to ACB, Aurora Cannabis, which is a cannabis company based out of Canada. They have been really struggling as this market sees mixed regulations across the country. So my total portfolio value as when I pulled this was about $4,200 and my 1 year total loss or gain is down $40.42. But I will say in the last 3 months, I have been up about $500 driven by NEO. So hopefully I'll be positive by the end of 2020 when I look at that year end move. So am I mad about this? Absolutely not. It's just confirmations that stock picking isn't my gift, or at least not right now. But we will continue to look out for potential gems. I mean, there is no harm on having some cash on hand for some short-term wins. But because I'm a long-term investor at heart, or at least holding for a year, I'm not sure how much gains we'll actually get out of this account. I am curious to keep researching individual stocks to see if there are more things that I can learn about along the way or new opportunities that are coming. But if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe below. Until next time.